I am a scary ghost. Ooh.
Hey! We're recording the podcast! Shut up!
Good morning to you, wherever you are, because it is for May 30th, 2024. My name is Bernie Burns. Sitting right over there, she's been financially dominating me since 2019. Say hi to Ashley, everybody.
You know you love it.
Well, it's a crazy, weird day for news. There's another story about Boeing in the news. There's monkeys overrunning cities in Thailand. It's a wild world out there, Ashley.
It's crazy world. Crazy world.
Crazy world.
So this town in Thailand has been overrun by monkeys. Overrun, Bernie. And it's
just too much.
It's just too much.
They've been dealing with this. I didn't realize this was the same town that was overrun by the monkeys during the pandemic, but it apparently is. And so this town is
You're going to take a crack at pronouncing the name of this town?
I'll give it a shot. It's Lopburi.
Lopburi.
And the town is now fighting back. There have been too much vandalism, too many injuries, monkey instigated injuries. And so now the town's fighting back. They're trying to trap a bunch of the monkeys and rehome them or something.
Rehome them.
Well, they're being sedated and then put into these enclosures outside of the town with the idea of finding them a permanent home. And I'm like, what do you mean by permanent home?
They just mean
exactly.
away from it. It's like they got to say that stuff.
Maybe what they're going to do is they're going to bring them to the UK and we can just hire them as ghosts.
Oh, right, since we're losing all of our ghosts.
Look, they'll cause all of the havoc you could want from your friendly poltergeist.
Right.
Right? And if you paint them the same colors as your furniture, they're practically invisible.
Camouflaged monkeys running around slamming doors.
Or just recarpet your whole house in brown shag.
Teach it to like turn down the thermostat so it gets cold. I feel a presence, and then you just like throw a banana out every now and then. I like it. We've solved an economic crisis.
And to make this even better, the monkeys in question, Bernie, are macaques.
Oh, are they really?
So the town is at war with macaques.
What's the war on macaques going in the last year? Culture's changed. I have to say too, talking about vandalism, on a theoretical level, can monkeys commit vandalism, or are they just being monkeys?
Well, like maybe just being a monkey is the vandalism.
Like what's monkey vandalism? They're not like spray painting the sides of shops and things, right?
No, they're probably, of course not. That's not their medium of choice. It's poop.
Just poop everywhere. I gotta admit, when I see tourists interacting with monkeys, it worries me because that's one of those things that can go south really quickly.
Well, monkeys are so much stronger for their size than humans are. It can be the kind of thing that's very easy to you don't expect it, right? You don't give them the credit they deserve.
I just feel like in the animal kingdom, humans are a long-term bet, not a short-term bet. Like if monkeys go toe-to-toe with humans, they're going to lose.
Yeah.
They go toe-to-toe with a human.
They got a pretty good chance.
Humans in trouble. Big trouble.
Look, that's the story of humanity. Like the fact that we're not extra strong hunters or anything like that, but keep running.
Yeah, we can outrun everything.
We can outrun just about everything over a given amount of time. Everything is faster than us for a short time, but nothing is.
We'll run you down.
Yes, that's right.
We're kind of like zombies, right? We just wear everything down.
Yeah, maybe that's where it came from.
And maybe that's why we're so fascinated by zombies.
Maybe
we invented a thing that's like comes after us the way we went after everything else.
Maybe zombies are the stories the animals tell about humans.
That's why we're taking all the ghost jobs, we're replacing them with zombies. That's what we're doing. So you're right though. So this town, I remembered it when you were talking about it. I had read about this town. I didn't know it was the same town, but I read about this phenomenon of monkeys take over. This town in Thailand during COVID, like this goes all the way back to 2020, because the tourists stopped showing up. I'm going to read a blurb here from France24.com. This is dated back in June of 2020. The monkeys have long been a draw for tourists who would frequently feed them bananas, but with tourism drying up amid the pandemic lockdown, the animals have become increasingly aggressive in their search for food, leading to street brawls between rival gangs, along with
gangs of monkeys?
Theft and vandalism. There's the word vandalism again. Yeah. So, yeah, rival monkey gangs.
And this seems like it would be, sort of amusing until you realize the number of monkeys. So the most recent count, at least in this AP News article, is about 2,500 monkeys running around the town. That's a lot of bananas.
This is 100%, Ashley, a problem that is hilarious from a distance. But if you're in the middle of that, what a nightmare. That would be, what a nightmare.
Here's what you do, all right?
I'm all ears. I'm all ears. What do you do?
You just have to, apparently, these monkeys are running in gangs. So you just have to get jumped into their gang.
Man, I just don't know what I would do. Like, what's the guidance on when you run into a monkey? Like, if I'm in a Thai temple, I'm assuming is one of these locations. If I'm there and I'm having a great time and a monkey comes up to me, what's the approach? If it's a bear, I'm going to go to sleep, right? I'm going to pretend like I'm dead. And if it's a big cat, I'm going to go make myself big and make myself loud and all that stuff. I just don't know what to do when I face a monkey.
Well, allow me. I'm going to pull up an article. WikiHow has an article on dealing with monkey attacks. Bernie.
Not financial advice.
So if you're ever in the jungle and you deal with an aggressive monkey, just make sure you look up WikiHow.
Download it beforehand. Make sure you have it offline on your phone in case you don't get a signal.
So the...
Wait, my monkey. Hold on. Wikipedia.
One second. Gotta look this up.
Hey, what kind of monkey are you?
The guidance appears to be 1, keep your distance.
Well, that's already out the window if I'm on WikiHow.
Okay, don't feed them, but if you have food, throw it at them. Consider your body language. So don't show your teeth. I know that one. I know about the don't show your teeth thing because we think of a smile as friendly. They see baring of teeth as aggression, so don't. Also, don't yell at, sing to, tease, or heckle the monkey. They do not appreciate our singing voices. I don't know why.
By the way, all of
poor
this
taste.
advice applies to a toddler as well. All of it. Throw food at it. Don't make eye contact.
And back away slowly.
Exactly. And then if all else fails, put the monkey up for adoption. Send the monkey to its room.
And you will know if a monkey is telling you it feels threatened because if it blinks, yawns, or smiles at you, those are not friendly signs. It's not trying to put you at ease.
Blinks?
I know. I was like, what do you mean they don't blink?
It sounds like if the monkey exists, you're in trouble. Is the monkey breathing? You're about to die.
Yeah, but really, is that poor guidance? I think it is.
Yeah, it's when a monkey attacks too, there's no rules, right?
Right. Monkeys don't exactly like there's no Geneva Conventions, right? There's
No.
There's no like, hey man, don't gouge out the eyeballs. They don't
No
play by
fish
those
hooks,
rules.
kind of thing.
They go straight for the win, whatever
Right.
it
You
takes.
can't tap out against a monkey. You know what I mean? There's no rules of engagement at all. Yeah, I would hate to be in a situation like that.
They're going straight for your hoop earrings.
I famously, years ago, made a statement that I could take it on any animal, that I wouldn't die, that I could fight any animal, wouldn't die. I have since seen
What about
many.
an elephant?
I've seen many encounters. I could take on an elephant and not die. I'm not saying I could take down the elephant, and feed my family for 20 years. I'm just saying I could get away from an elephant and not die.
What if you get stomped?
Okay, what do you mean? What if I die?
Yeah,
then in that case, I would be wrong. But I've since walked that statement back many times. Like a big silverback gorilla, not going to happen. You know? No.
Toddler? No.
Toddler? No, not going to happen. All right, so good luck if you're in Thailand right now. Good luck with the monkeys. Like I said, a problem that is hilarious from a distance. Yeah, from afar. Haha, what a funny situation. I hope everyone's okay and they can find a good equilibrium with the monkeys.
Speaking of things that are cool from afar but harrowing up close, Iceland has erupted again.
What is going on with Iceland?
Look, I find these volcanoes in Iceland to be absolutely fascinating because we're used to picturing volcanoes as, look, it's a conical mountain, lava comes out the top and flows down the sides.
Right.
And these eruptions...
Like God poured some vinegar in the baking soda and here it comes.
Right, here you go. And these ones in Iceland have been nothing like that. They're basically just cracks in the ground open up and out comes hell.
Yeah. It seems like the Earth is reminding us in this era of climate change where we're thinking, oh my God, save the planet. All these things we're doing are harming the planet. The planet's reminding us like, no, we always hated you. We're always trying to find a new way to kill you with a giant wave or here comes a huge crack in the ground to drop you into hell.
I'm not sure if we've talked about this before, Bernie, but we have a way of solving climate change. We have a way of getting everyone on board with climate change.
Actually have a list here. Here's how you do it. If you have food, throw it to the climate. don't make eye contact with the climate.
Back away slowly from the climate.
If you can, put on Miss Rachel and show it to the climate. Show it to the climate. But, sorry, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say it's a rebranding thing, right? We're not trying to save the planet. We're at war with the planet.
Oh, we've talked about this.
Okay.
We want to rebrand as War on the Planet. This is our latest update in our conflict against the planet. Yeah, it's all that soft talk from the liberals. Like, we're going to save the planet. No, we're at war.
You bullshit. The planet's
That's how
trying to kill us. We're going to fight it.
That's how we get everybody on board. You know, just tell them, like, we're going to war with the planet. The planet's trying to kill us. And here's how we're going to starve the planet. We're going to give it too much oxygen. We're going to take away its carbon dioxide. Starve this planet of its
We're
resources.
going to cover its skin with trees.
Not much we can do about cracks opening in the ground, but that's the thing that we have to deal with anyway. So let's not add to our own woes.
Besides, there are already plenty of people who are actively trying to get killed by the planet. Did you hear there's another billionaire, Bernie, who is going to try to take a submersible down to Titanic. Your last year was so your last year was the Ocean Gate. That was almost a year ago now.
Well, if you have $1 billion, why? Like, here's what I don't understand about this. If they're going to go down there, you're going to be in this shitty little submersible. You're not going to have, I don't think, windows. You probably have video screens, right?
Maybe windows are where they're going wrong.
You're going to be in this little vessel. You're going to be watching on a screen pictures of the Titanic.
So why,
you're just putting yourself closer to it.
So why be in the vessel?
Right. Why not just have an unmanned
vessel? Just get the video
vessel?
feed. Right.
Here's what I'm doing. I would take a billionaire's money. I would put him in a little room with no windows.
And just tell them that
and
they're
rock it,
underwater.
have my crew rock it around. Somebody outside going, splish.
Just rent out one of the rides at Disneyland.
And then you just send an unmanned drone down there, which I'm sure they've done 1 billion times now with the Titanic because people are obsessed with this goddamn ship. Send it down and tell the billionaire, congratulations, you went all the way down to the Titanic.
You did it, buddy.
100%. Yeah, just like they did with the moon landing. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, though, ready to put on your conspiracy hats. Maybe, Bernie, this is just how all these billionaires are escaping to their underground bunkers.
Listen, you had a theory about financial domination through crowdfunding. I have a theory that if another billionaire is going down and if they suddenly have a catastrophic event where their remains are completely unrecoverable, what a coinky dink.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's conspiracy. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
I'm putting it out there. It's not financial advice. All I'm saying is if I had $1 billion, I could think of about 1 billion other things
to
that I
do
would
with those dollars.
Right. Like, did they work the whole list to get to this? Like, did they get through rollerblading and roller skating? Like, have they done everything?
Did they do like their, I don't know, space tourism yet? That's another way you can live on the edge.
I mean, these billionaires are supposed to save us from everything, right? He could be solving the monkey problem in Thailand. He's not. He's going underwater.
He could be fighting monkeys one by one.
Maybe what it is, Ashley, I figured it out. Right here, right now. I figured out what this is.
I can see the light bulb.
Where did the Titanic come from?
The UK.
UK. There's ghosts down there.
He's going down.
They've been preserved for 100 years. Those are fresh ghosts. They have not haunted anything. They've been under the ocean this whole time. So maybe they're trying to solve the ghost problem in the UK.
So he's going ghosting. He's going to collect all the ghosts and bring them back to the UK. And we're going to have a rewilding effort.
They are going to save our spectral heritage. Good Lord. Okay, while we're talking about doomed modes of transportation, another article about Boeing here, Ash. So I'm just going to read this from Yahoo News. This is from Futurism by Frank Landymore. That's a great name. Boeing says leak on its spacecraft is totally fine. Will launch astronauts without fixing it.
What?
Boeing's Starliner capsule has been marred by endless setbacks. Just ask poor NASA, which has been waiting on the spacecraft to be ready to ferry astronauts to the ISS since 2014.
Oh, my God.
The latest blow was a small helium leak discovered earlier this month, which delayed yet again the long-awaited launch of its first crewed mission. But that issue is apparently no big deal
Oh, great.
At a news conference on Friday, Boeing and NASA said they were going to proceed with the launch without fixing the leak in a decision that is bound to raise eyebrows. That's a good analysis, as the company is already mired in controversy over the safety of its aircraft. So it's a weird name for a spacecraft, Starliner. It sounds like a billionaire's going
It does.
up.
It sounds like a cruise ship for space.
I learned recently something I didn't know about NASA and Mission Control and the Columbia disaster, that they knew when Columbia was in orbit that its left wing had been struck by debris on launch. They discovered that when they were reviewing video footage of the launch. But it was a weird set of circumstances where they couldn't get the crew to view the wing. They weren't equipped to go outside of the shuttle for this mission. They were nowhere near like the ISS, and they were trying to get the Department of Defense to get satellite footage to photograph the wing, and just didn't happen. And they knew there was a risk to the Columbia coming back into orbit, that it could explode on its way back down. And it was one of these situations where we just can't do anything. And there was this incredible article written about the incredible space rescue that could have happened, where they could have used Atlantis, which was being prepared for launch for a subsequent mission, that they could have ramped it up, sent it up there to repair the wing for this foam insulation, essentially, that was damaged on Columbia, which is ultimately
It's like their heat shielding, right?
Yeah.
That would shield the vessel on reentry.
I did not remember any of that from the Columbia disaster, which is now more than 20 years ago. That at the time that they knew it was at risk the whole time, and there was nothing that they could do about it.
But yeah, it's like
What a horrible situation to be in.
Yeah, and just like the moment you launched, it was set.
It was set. It was like they knew once it was in orbit that the vehicle was at risk. Not that they're, not always at risk. They are when they go. It's very dangerous to travel in space. But they knew that this was a distinct possibility, and there's nothing they could do about it.
That's so dangerous.
I wonder if they inform the crew too. Like if they tell the crew in that instance, or they just kind of like run with it.
Yeah, like what do you do? Are you trying to keep morale up, or do you owe them a conversation about this, or how do you manage that exactly?
There's nothing they can do about it, so why burden them with that knowledge?
Right. So I wonder what the astronauts think of their upcoming Starliner. Is this going to be a manned mission, or is this unmanned? Because if they're just launching with a helium leak on a manned mission, that seems a little bit irresponsible.
Really briefly, I'm going to read this. This is later in the same article. Starliner's last attempted launch, which was on May 6, was unceremoniously called off when the astronauts were already on board. Cued in by a strange buzzing noise, officials discovered a faulty oxygen valve on the United Launch Alliance's Atlas V rocket.
An oxygen valve.
No
biggie. No, that's fine.
The strange buzzing noise is like that. I mean, listen, I want to be perfectly clear. If the eggheads at NASA and Boeing say, look, there is a helium leak, we're informing everyone about it, but it's within tolerances and we think we should launch, I do completely trust that. It is coming at a time, though, which we all have to acknowledge, where Boeing is, they're having a tough news cycle.
Let's say trust has been eroded slightly.
Maybe the first launch of Starliners put 1,000 monkeys on it instead of 7 astronauts. How about
Let's see
that?
what happens if you crew the ship entirely with monkeys.
Well, what happens if they get into space and then there's monkey vandalism and rival gangs? How do you navigate all that, Ashley? How do you navigate it all?
The monkeys have taken over the ISS.
We have a story building here. Okay, so Boeing takes 1,000 monkeys, puts them on the Atlas V rocket, the Starliner, launches them into space. Rival gangs start going after each other, but somehow a ghost from the Titanic stowed away and solves all their problems for them.
Hey, Bernie, I think you've got the next great Netflix movie pitch.
So we get Jennifer Lopez on the phone. All right. Anything else in the world today, Ashley? Anyone to thank for this podcast?
I do. I would like to thank Campbell Rowe and Savannah Souza. Thank you both for sponsoring this episode of Morning Somewhere.
We want to say thank you for donating to our podcast. If you would like to support this podcast, please visit patreon.com/morningsomewhere. We will be back to talk to you tomorrow. We hope you'll be here as well.
Bye, everybody.